Welcome again, Rayat Online School Education Project. This is our second lecture, and in this lecture, today we study role of light, nature of light, antenna complex, photoexcitation of chlorophyll A, pigment system means the photosystem first and photosystem second. Nature of light. So light is a form of energy. It travels as stream of tiny particles are called photons. Photons contain a quantum of light, and light has different wavelengths having different color. One can see electromagnetic radiation with wavelength ranging from 319 nm to 760 nm. This part of spectrum is known as visible light. 319 to 760 nm. This part is known as visible light in spectrum. It is between wavelength of ultraviolet rays and infrared waves. Okay? तर लक्षात कसं ठेवायचं मी तुम्हाला एक छोटीशी ट्रिक देते. लक्षात काय ठेवायचं, एक छोटा गॅमा हॉस्पिटलमध्ये गेला एक्सरे काढण्यासाठी, त्याला युवराज सिंग भेटला आणि युवराज सिंगने त्याला एक मायक्रो रेडिओ गिफ्ट केला. आता कसं लक्षात ठेवायचं, ह्या ठिकाणी गॅमाच्या अगोदर कोण आहेत, कॉस्मिक रेज आहेत. कॉस्मिक रेज, गॅमा रेज, एक्स रेज. युवराज सिंगला आपण युव्ही म्हणतो, म्हणजे यू व्ही आणि हा आय. यू फॉर अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट रेज, व्ही फॉर visible light, I for infrared, and micro means microwaves and radio means the radio waves. ह्यावरून तुम्ही पूर्ण हा स्पेक्ट्रम लक्षात ठेवू शकता. तर ह्यामध्ये हा जो पोर्शन आहे इन बिटवीन अल्ट्रा व्हायलेट रेज अँड इन्फ्रारेड रेज, त्याच्यामधला हाच जो भाग आहे 750 टू 380 means 300 actually 390 to 760. This portion totally known as visible light. And visible light is made from red color, then orange color, yellow color, green color, blue color, indigo, and here violet color structure. So all these colors have different wavelengths, and wavelengths measure in nm. आता लक्षात ठेवताना काय लक्षात ठेवायचं, इन्क्रीज वेव्हलेंथ कशी आणि फ्रिक्वेन्सी. जेव्हा इन्क्रीज वेव्हलेंथ असेल त्यावेळेला फ्रिक्वेन्सी त्याची डिक्रीज लक्षात ठेवायची. तर फॉर एक्झाम्पल ह्या ठिकाणी कॉस्मिक रेज इथून सुरू झाले की नाही, कॉस्मिक रेज टू रेडिओ वेव्स. कॉस्मिक मीन्स गॅमा हियर, कॉस्मिक्स टू रेडिओ इन्क्रीज वेव्हलेंथ अशी इन्क्रीज होते. Increase this direction, increase wavelength. And low frequency, same as it is cosmic rays to radio waves, frequency is low. But if high frequency, then radio wave high, then microwave, then infrared, then visible light, then ultraviolet ray, then x-rays, and then gamma rays. Means here increase wavelength and decrease frequency. Means frequency low this side gamma ray side, and high frequency radio waves. Okay, then next, so here gamma rays, x rays. Okay, so frequency, so here increase frequency and here lower to higher frequency. Lower frequency here and higher frequency here, radio wave side. Short wave means more energy and long waves means the less energy, and wavelength is measured in the unit nm. So absorption of light by chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorb the light. Chlorophyll absorb bluish, violet and red light best. Here, this graph indicate here absorption of light, violet light, blue color, then green color, but decrease in the green color, yellow color and orange color, but high in violet color and the blue color. So chlorophyll absorb blue, violet, red light best. Then light reaction is a reaction in which solar energy is trapped by chlorophyll and stored in the form of chemical energy as adenosine triphosphate and in the form of reducing power is known as NADPH2. Oxygen is evolved in the light reaction by breakdown of water, means splitting of water. A certain minimum quantity of energy, a photon, must have boost an electron is known as quantum energy. Chlorophyll A is essential photosynthetic pigment as convert light energy into chemical energy, act as reaction center. सगळ्यात महत्वाचं मेन हिरो आहे क्लोरोफिल ए जर बघितलं तर आपण. इनिशियली इट लाइज ग्राउंड स्टेट. सुरुवातीला तो ग्राउंड स्टेटला असतो, त्याला सिंगलेट स्टेट म्हणतो. बट when it absorb or receive photons, सोलार एनर्जी ज्यावेळेला तो घेतोय, लाईट घेतोय, तो काय होतो मग ऍक्टिव्हेटेड अँड गोज इन एक्साइटेड स्टेट. सुरुवातीला ग्राउंड स्टेटचं कन्वर्जन एक्साइटेड स्टेट मध्ये होते. और excited state means the second state. Then in the excited state chlorophyll A eliminate the electron, तो देऊन टाकतो, eliminate करतो electron. The eliminate electron is energy rich, therefore has extra amount of energy. Due to the loss of electron, chlorophyll A molecule become positive charged, and this is the ionized state. Okay, ground state first chlorophyll A एनर्जी ट्रॅप करतोय, त्यावेळेला काय झालं त्याच्यामध्ये इनिशियल स्टेट ग्राउंड स्टेट झाले, त्याच्यामध्ये ज्यादा ज्याला ऍब्झॉर्ब केली एनर्जी फोटॉन्स ते त्यांनी त्यावेळेला तो एक्साइट झाला, त्याला म्हणायचं एक्साइटेड स्टेट म्हणायचं. ते एक्साइट स्टेट मधून तो इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेट करतोय, इलिमिनेट करून टाकतो, त्याच वेळेला त्या स्टेटला म्हणायचं आयोनाइज्ड स्टेट. आणि त्यावेळेला जो क्लोरोफिल ए चा जो मॉलिक्यूल आहे तो काय होतो पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज होतोय. सो क्लोरोफिल ए मॉलिक्यूल कॅनॉट रिमेन इन आयोनाइज्ड स्टेट फ्रॉम मोर दॅन 119 सेकंड. बघा किती स्पीड मध्ये होत असेल, तो जवळजवळ 109 सेकंद सुद्धा त्याच्यामध्ये राहत नाही, कारण ह्यामध्ये काय आहे photochemical reaction or electron transfer occur very fast. खूप स्पीड मध्ये ही क्रिया होत असते. Energy rich electron is then transferred through various electron acceptor and donor carriers. During the transfer, the electrons eliminate energy which is utilized for synthesis of तयार करतं adenosine triphosphate ATP. These show that light energy is converted into chemical energy in the form of ATP. Okay. Then next, आता आपण next point खूप महत्वाचा बघणार आहे आपण, photo excitation of chlorophyll A. Actually chlorophyll A excite कसा होतो या ठिकाणी बघा, ही ग्राउंड स्टेट हा क्लोरोफिल ए रिएक्शन सेंटर आहे. ह्या ठिकाणी त्यांनी ज्यावेळेला लाईट घेतली, हा लाईट घेतली त्यावेळेला त्याच्यामध्ये खूप सारे असेसरी पिगमेंट पुढे आपण बघणारच आहे, त्यांनी सगळी तर लाईट आणून दिलेली आहे, फोटॉन्स आलेले आहेत. हा एक्साइट झाला, हा जे पहिला ग्राउंड स्टेट होईल, ह्या ऑर्बिटला तो डोनेट करेल, त्यावेळेला त्याला म्हणायचं एक्साइट स्टेट झालं. ओके, हा एक्साइटचं कन्व्हर्जन काय होणार, हा ज्या वेळेला हा जो इलेक्ट्रॉन दिसतो तो डोनेट करून टाकेल किंवा इलिमिनेट करेल ना इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टरला, रिसिव्हरला, ती स्टेट झाली ही थर्ड डायग्राम. त्याला म्हणायचं आयोनाइज्ड स्टेट म्हणायचं. सो फर्स्ट excited state, this state is known as the excited state. A molecule that has absorbed photons is an energy rich excited state. An excited state of an atom means that the fallen electrons has moved from its ground state orbit to high energy orbit. Ground state to high energy orbit move होतोय. Ground state म्हणजे ही state. Ground state when light source is turned off, then high energy electrons return rapidly to their normal low energy orbit as the excited molecule reverse to the original stable condition is known as the ground state. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, ग्राउंड स्टेट असं म्हणतो. ठीक आहे. देन आता आपण बघणार आहे स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ रिएक्शन सेंटर. द लाईट ऍब्झॉर्बिंग पिगमेंट प्रेझेंट इन thylakoid membrane are arranged in cluster of chlorophyll and accessory pigment. Chlorophyll A आणि त्याच्या बाजूला सगळे असणारे accessory pigment, ह्या सगळ्यांचं जे स्ट्रक्चर आहे हे नक्की कुठं प्रेझेंट असतं रे सगळे, तर थायलॅकोइड मेम्ब्रेन मध्ये, ज्याच्या क्लस्टर मध्ये हे अरेंज असते. त्यामध्ये सगळ्यात क्लोरोफिल ए मध्ये सुद्धा दोन खूप महत्वाचे आहेत, P680 आणि P700. हे काय त्याच्या वेव्हलेंथ वरून केलेलं आहे ना मुलांनो. P680 and P700 are special type of chlorophyll A which form the reaction center or photocenter. Solar energy is harvested by accessory pigments and other chlorophyll molecule and is passed on to the reaction center. These accessory pigments are known as light harvesting or antenna molecule. Their functions is to absorb light energy and convert at a very high rate of reaction center where the photochemical reaction occur. So this yellow color structure is a reaction center and all these surrounding pigments are known as the accessory pigment, antenna pigment molecules, all these pigments, and these arrow indicate here green purple color and the reddish color arrow means light. So light absorb this pigment and all सगळे पिगमेंट इथं आणून सोडणार आहेत रिएक्शन सेंटरला. हाच आपला रिएक्शन सेंटर हा मेन हिरो आहे आणि असेसरी पिगमेंट म्हणजे जवळजवळ त्याचे साइड हिरो आहे, ते लक्षात ठेवायचं. आता आपण ह्याच्यावरून फोटोसिस्टीम 1 आणि फोटोसिस्टीम 2 बघणार आहे. फोटोसिस्टीम 1 कशाने बनलेली आहे, कोणत्या पिगमेंटनी, आणि फोटोसिस्टीम 2 कोणकोणत्या पिगमेंट्सनी बनलेले आहे ते पहिल्यांदा आपण बघूयात. तर फोटोसिस्टीम 1 म्हटलं की रिएक्शन सेंटर काय आहे, क्लोरोफिल ए हा सेंटरला असेल आणि त्याच्याकडेला असेसरी पिगमेंट कोण आहे, तर 200 ते 50 मोलिक्यूल आहेत. त्यातले 200 मोलिक्यूल कशापासून बनलेत, क्लोरोफिल एच आहे, पण त्याची वेव्हलेंथ किती आहे, 683. असे क्लोरोफिल ए जे आहेत ते असेसरी पिगमेंट झाले आणि क्लोरोफिल एच आहे पण हा 700 जर असेल तर त्याला काय म्हणायचं, रिएक्शन सेंटर. हा एक आणि एकच असतो, ओनली वन. मीन्स क्लोरोफिल ए 700 only one is known as the reaction center. Then in photosystem first remaining 200 molecules are antenna chlorophyll means accessory pigment, and antenna chlorophyll means chlorophyll A 683. And carotenoids are 50 in a number, 50 molecules carotenoids असतात, त्यांना म्हणायचं accessory pigments. हे कुठं? photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Chlorophyll A is a reaction center, only one molecule, chlorophyll A, but 670, 200 molecules, antenna chlorophyll. Then chlorophyll B up to 200 molecules, accessory pigments. Then carotenoids up to 50 molecules, accessory pigments. So here in case of photosystem 1, chlorophyll B is absent. Chlorophyll B is only present in photosystem 2. This is the composition of photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. So pigment composition of both system. Compare here. Photosystems. 2 points of the photosystems are present in the thylakoid membrane of chloroplast. Each has its own set of light harvesting chlorophyll and carotenoid molecules. Chlorophyll and accessory pigments help to capture light over large area and pass it on to the photocenter. Thus, a photon absorbed anywhere in the harvesting zone of free 680 center as pass its energy to P680 molecules. The cluster of pigment which transfer this energy to P680 absorb at or below 680 nm. Together with P680, they form photosystem 2. Likewise, P700 forms photosystem 1 along with the pigment molecule which absorb light at or below 700 nm. Then photosystem, first we study here photosystem 2. Photosystem 2, photolysis of water and release oxygen means take place in this system. So function of the photosystem 2, सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं काम या ठिकाणी photosystem 2 मध्ये काय होतं या ठिकाणी तर photolysis of water. Then in this process, when photosystem 2 absorb the light electrons and release, the chlorophyll molecule is oxidized. Electron eliminated by P680 photosystem 2 are ultimately trapped by P700 photosystem 1. Oxygen is byproduct by photosystem or photosynthesizing plant. Photons accumulate inside the thylakoid, resulting in photons gradient. When the photons diffuse across the thylakoid membrane into stroma against the proton gradient, energy is released. Means here stroma, outermost portion here stroma and lumen. Okay, lumens mean inner membrane. So this is the thylakoid membrane. Lumen mean inside the thylakoid, means from outside to inside. Thus, the use of produce adenosine diphosphate. Photosystem first, and in photosystem first is also known as pigment system first, PS. It is also known as the PS system first. So photosystem first has P700 as a reaction center. Chlorophyll B is totally absent, not involved photolysis of water. Molecular oxygen is not involved in this system. Involves in cyclic as well as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So opposite in photosystem second. In photosystem first is 700 nm. So in photosystem second it has P 680 as the reaction center. Chlorophyll B is present. The involved photolysis of water. Molecular oxygen is not involved in the system. They involved in only non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, but in case of the photosystem first, they involve both cyclic as well as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. But in photosystem second, only non-cyclic photophosphorylation takes place and chlorophyll B is present. But here in photosystem 1, chlorophyll B is absent. Then photosystem 1, so reaction center, photosystem 1, then energy, sun, preliminary acceptor, okay, photosystem 1. Upon absorption of light, quantum by PS1 reaction center eliminate energy rich electron. So here eliminate this, eliminate electron. Okay. Thus flow down a chain electron carrier NADP along with the photon gradient by splitting of water. So due to the elimination, the splitting of water means here this flow downs a chain of electron carrier to NADP along with the proton gradient वाढते त्या ठिकाणी प्रोटॉन्स H प्लस आयन कशाने वाढतील पाण्याचं विभाजन होईल स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ वॉटर ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ वॉटर दिस रिझल्ट इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ NADPH NADPH त्या ठिकाणी तयार होईल हायड्रोजन attached to NADPH is used for reduction of carbon dioxide in dark reaction is called reducing power of cell. Then nature of light. So light is from the electromagnetic radiation. Photon contain the quantum of light. Light travels the flow of wavelength, different wavelength from the different colors. They range between 390 to 730 nm. This part of spectrum is known as the visible light, and the between the ultraviolet rays and infrared rays. So visible light is located here. So absorption and action spectrum. Chlorophyll A, so this is the diagram indicated here, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and carotenoid, because all these photosystems are made from the pigment, main accessory pigment and main pigment and the accessory pigment like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and carotenoids, etc. So all these photosynthetic pigments have ability to absorb different wavelength of light. The light absorbed at each wavelength by different pigment can be shown in the form of as a graph. Such graph showing the absorption. Such graph showing in the absorption of light at different wavelength by different pigment is termed as absorption spectrum. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो absorption spectrum. Then action spectrum for photosynthesis. The absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B early shows that more light is absorbed at blue colored, violet color, lead color wavelength. For the visible light, visible spectrum, the graph showing the rate of photosynthesis is a different wavelength of light is known as action spectrum. The relative rate of the photosynthesis at different wavelength indicates the close relationship with absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Then comparison of absorption spectrum for chlorophyll pigments and the action spectrum for chlorophyll pigment show that chlorophylls of light absorbing light red and blue by the chlorophyll pigment and very similar to wavelength that causes photosynthesis. Thus, absorption and action um, spectrum match will each other. In other words, the absorption and the action um, spectrum for chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Then here, in modern concept and the process of photosynthesis in oxidation and reduction process in which water is oxidized, release oxygen and carbon dioxide reduced to form sugar. The process consists to measure the reactions, that is light reaction and dark reaction. Light reaction is photochemical, the required light, and second is the dark reaction is known as independent reaction. These two reactions occurs, light reaction and dark reaction. So first is the difference between the absorption spectrum and action spectrum. Reaction center, the large cluster accessory pigment along with a special type of the uh, molecule, that is a P680, and in case of the system first P700. Light reaction means in light reaction solar energy is trapped by chlorophyll and stored in the form of chemical energy at ATP and in the form of reducing power, reduce power NADPH2. Oxygen is evolved in a light reaction by breakdown of water, splitting of water. When photon is absorbed by the chlorophyll molecule and electron is boosted to higher energy level, the boost an electron, a proton must have a certain maximum quantity of energy is known as quantum energy. A molecule that have absorbed photon is in energy rich excited state. When the light source is turned off, the light energy electron rapidly their normal low energy orbit as excited molecule reverse the orbital state condition is known as the ground state. Mechanism of the photosynthesis. So here they divided into here two types, light reaction and the dark reaction means primary procedure and the secondary. Light reaction is again divided into two and the dark reaction is divided into three types. First, cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation under the light reaction. But in dark reaction, Kelvin cycle, it is also known as the 3C3 cycle, then Husk pathway, C4 cycle, and CAM pathway. So here we study about the photosystems, means the pigment systems, then